How do you get your first credit card, and how do you make sure you actually get accepted for it when you finally decide to apply for that card? Now, I remember when I was around like 19 or 18 years old, I got my first card and I got approved for around $3,000, which is a lot of money if you don't know. And I bought myself a brand new MacBook Pro and I used that laptop to build content for YouTube, okay? Now, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly, guys, how to go about applying for the card, which card to get, how to make sure you actually get the card, and on top of that, what type of card to get, because they're all not the same. Trust me when I say that. Now, if you guys don't know me, my name is Simon Bryson. I'm an accountant and I upload videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified, and on top of that, do me a favor and smash the like button. And here's a question for you guys, okay? Have you started getting offers already? Comment down below, let me know. And what card are they trying to like get you to get, or what card are you thinking about getting just yet? Comment down below, let me know. And when I remember when I was in college, guys, all my friends, and I especially, we all got predatored, or is it like I'm targeted by Capital One, and we all got offers from them for like $300, $500, all this stuff, and all my friends took that offer. Now, I decided to go with Barclaycard, which was an Apple Store card back in the days, and I got that card, and I got approved for $3,000, not for $500 or $300, but for a whole $3,000. But guys, in this video, I'm also going to tell you guys the mistakes I've made, because I made mistakes while on my way up to my entire like credit score and all that fancy stuff. Now, the first thing I want to establish here, guys, is one rule, okay? The only rule is that I always want you guys to win. I don't want you guys to lose. So I want to make sure when you have this credit card and you get it for the first time, I want to make sure you pay your balance off on time. You do everything correctly. That way, you don't pay them any interest, and then you're just building up your credit score, then getting a better card, and then using that card to get rewards, to travel for free, or do whatever you want with it, okay? But the concept is, I want you guys to win. I don't want the credit card company to win out there, so make sure you follow all these steps to make sure you win and they don't win. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is basically, well, Tommy, all right, I'm going to win. They're not going to win against me, but talk to me about exactly what card to get. And that's what I'm going to talk about now, guys, okay? What card should you get? Now, initially, I thought that, hey, you know, all credit cards are the same. So either if it's Discover, if it's Capital One, if it's Chase, if it's BOA, they're all the same. But in reality, I thought they also all cared about me, my best interest, but they only care about one thing, which is basically making money, getting you into debt, and that way you're stuck, and they trap you from an early age because, guys, they spend a ton of money marketing to you before you hit college, around like 18 or so. So make sure you get that credit card. And once you get it, well, now guess what? Well, now we got you. You're trapped. You're in debt. How are you going to get out? We don't know. And that's what happens, okay? So, guys, there are several types of credit cards out there, and I'm going to tell you exactly which one to get, okay? But before I do that, here are the types, okay? You have cards that are secured cards. For example, if this card was secured, I would have to pay my own money, put it in this card, and use it as insurance for this card, and then the bank would give me like $50, and that way I have my money in here, also the bank's money, so if I default, the bank takes my money, and that's how it works. Then you also have store cards, like Apple cards, like Best Buy, Macy's, Gap, JCPenney, like, you know, all those cards that are given like in the store, Costco, BJ's, like, you know, all those are credit cards for stores, and you get a lot of, usually you get a higher credit line because you know you're gonna spend money there, and they already know your spending patterns and all that fancy stuff with cash, so they are more likely to actually give you more money. But I don't really like those cards that often, that much, to be honest. Then you also have unsecured cards. For example, this card right here is fully backed by Discover, okay? I don't have to put any money in it. It's just a Discover card, and that's it, okay? An unsecured card is a card that's backed up by the bank, not you whatsoever. Then you also have cards with annual fee. I don't like those, and sometimes an annual fee might range from $100 to $35 all the way up to $2,000 every single year. That is a lot of money if you ask me. People say, Tommy, but what if the benefits are great? Well, usually they are, but usually the benefits mean you have to spend more money to make sure everything averages out, and I don't want to spend more money to average out with an annual fee. It's just not my thing. Then the last type of credit cards are credit cards with rewards. This one has a 5% rewards on, for example, gas, groceries, Amazon spending, and a whole bunch of other features and stuff, which is pretty cool, but the baseline is 1%. These are rewards cards, and you also have for travel and all that fancy stuff. But tell me, okay, I know all the cards, but which one should I get and why? The answer is I highly recommend you get a secured card to start out. Now, why would I get a secured card, Tommy, when I have to put some of my own money in the card to then get that card? The answer is because, guys, okay, you're more likely to get accepted for one of those cards than you would be for one of these cards, okay? These cards are a little harder to actually get into, the unsecured ones, because again, you need some history to show that you're responsible, and usually, if it's your first card, you don't really have any history behind you. So getting a secured card, that way it's a lot better than an unsecured card where you need so much history to actually get accepted. So for example, when you apply to a secured card, they're gonna say, hey, okay, do you have any cash? Yes, I have a $50, $100, $200, $800, $1,000, whatever you want to do. You put that money in the card, they use that security, and they get you the card, and that way you can use that card and build your credit step by step, and eventually you can use that card to upgrade to an unsecured card, and you get your money back, because that entire deposit you do, well, that is refundable, so there's no worry about that there. Now, Tommy, I get that. I should a secured card, but what about some examples of great cards I should use, okay? Because I don't know the difference, like what card is better, what card is worse, which card should I get and why? Well, the first card I recommend is called a Capital One secured card. Now, Tommy, why do you recommend this card? The answer is I actually got this card for my mom when she didn't have any credit whatsoever, okay? Now, she didn't have bad credit. She just didn't have any history whatsoever. Now, she put in $800 into that card because she wanted to have a lot of money in the card. And you can actually start with around like 50, 100, or $200 if you want to, or higher, because this card does require a very low deposit, which is pretty cool. $50, you have a credit card, you can use it whenever you want to, and after 6 months of her using this card, she got a whole bunch of offers from Citi, and also from the Double Cash card, which she also has now, and from America. She has a whole bunch of offers because she used this one card to help her get there, and now she wants to, she can call in, increase the entire credit line, get her money back, or actually be upgraded to the Capital One Platinum card. And that's pretty cool if you ask me. Now, the second one, guys, is actually the Discover It secured card. Now, this card is pretty good, pretty solid, because although it is a secured card, you can start off with like, like $100 or so. Now, they do give you 1% cash back on 2% cash back on other categories like gas, Amazon spending, groceries, which is pretty cool. But the entire point is that once you have this card, the secured card, you can actually upgrade to a normal unsecured card by Discover, which is very good because you often get 5% on groceries, on Amazon spending every quarter, which is pretty solid. Now, the entire problem with the secured card from Discover is that it is pretty hard to get into, and it does take some work to actually get into, okay? So I highly recommend, if Discover does not accept you, go into the Capital One card, and they should accept you. But Tommy, what happens if they don't accept me? Neither Discover, neither is Capital One. Well, I have a last card to recommend to you guys if you have bad credit or no history whatsoever, okay? But don't apply for this one until you do Capital One and Discover, okay? Now, this card is called the Open Sky Secured Card. By the way, all the links to these cards are down below in the description, so check that out if you want to. And I also have a full video breaking all the details down to these cards, also linked down below in the description. So here we go, guys. The entire basis of the Open Sky card is that you don't require any credit score. They don't check your credit whatsoever, and on top of that, they don't even require you to have a bank account, which is pretty cool. So if you have a very bad credit score or no credit history whatsoever, this is the perfect credit card. However, it does have an annual fee of around $35 every single year. So that's the con there. But the pro is they're the only ones going to accept you, and you can build from there and then go into other cards. So that's my 3 recommendation cards when it comes to which secure card to get and why. Oh, and don't forget, guys, after 6 months, make sure you call in to the secure card and ask for your upgrade to either the Platinum card or the normal Discover card or whatever you want to get. And once you have that, you'll get your money back, and now you have a normal secure card, because now what you have is leverage. You have, a history of paying your bills on time, of paying them off every single month, and that way they know, like, hey, they're trustworthy, they make money, they pay the bills, so why wouldn't we give them a normal credit card? The answer is we have no reason, so we're gonna give them a normal credit card. Remember, after 6 months, you can ask for it, no problem, and get your money back. Your deposit is refundable, so don't worry about that. Now, I want to go over, guys, some of the mistakes I made, because again, if you can learn from my mistakes, you can be well off. Okay, now I told you guys my first card was a Barclay card by Apple Rewards Cards, and I got this card and I got an entire credit line of around $3,000. Now I used it, I maxed it out the first day, and I got my laptop, my MacBook Pro Retina display for 15 inches, and I paid around a little bit over $3,000. So I even have to put in cash just to get in this laptop. Okay, now that was a big mistake because I overspent. However, I was lucky. I didn't have to pay any interest, but I lost my job. I had no way to actually pay it back. However, I was like hustling here and there, so I got the money, I paid it off, and eventually I got better and I paid everything off. But I highly recommend, whenever you get a card, please, please, please do not overspend, okay? Only spend what you usually spend on food, on bagels, whatever you spend money on, just spend money on that and pay it off in full at the end of the month. Do not go overboard because you will get into debt. And again, remember what you told me, guys, okay? You have to win, not the credit card. And if you go into debt, the credit card wins and you lose. So make sure that does not happen. On top of that, guys, tell me what happens if I get rejected by all the cards you recommended. The answer is, I want you guys to calm down, relax, and if you get rejected, just call in and ask exactly what happened. The Every Retention Center, you call in, you're a nice person, you say like, hey, I noticed I got rejected. What's going on? You know, I have a job. It's my first card. I want to know my history, and I'm gonna put a deposit of $200 and use that as my line of credit. So what's the problem? And usually they'll say like, hey, you don't have any history. I'm like, yeah, it's my first card. That's why, you know. And usually they'll work with you and get you that card. Okay, that's what I would do if I get rejected. I would call in and try to get it through the phone. Now remember, Discover is hard to get into. So Discover rejects you, go to the Capital One one, and if they reject you, then go to the Open Sky one and make a sacrifice of $35 for that 1 year, and after that you'll have a credit score so you don't ever have to rely on that ever again. Now, Tommy, one last tip here, okay guys? Once you have your credit line and your credit score established, please, please, please do not cancel the credit card, okay? This is your first card, meaning all your history, all your payments, everything you've done so far is in this card. So if you cancel it, that is done. That is erased. You don't want that to happen, okay? So make sure, just keep the card. If it doesn't have an annual fee, just keep it, okay? Now, if it's the Open Sky one, you want to make sure you have another card before you cancel that one to then build your history up. However, if it doesn't have an annual fee, please do not cancel it. It is not necessary whatsoever. Just keep the card, put it in a little envelope, or in a little basket, or in your drawer, and don't even look at it. Use your other cards, okay? Now, Tommy, once I have my credit score, what do? What you do is you apply for better cards with better rewards. You use those rewards to travel for free, get free cash back, whatever you want to do. But the concept is you want to build your score up by winning. Once you win, you get a better card, use the rewards, and then boom, boom, boom. That's the entire concept when it comes to getting your first credit card. Now, comment down below, guys, and let me know, does this make sense? Which one are you going to apply for? And if you applied, comment down below and let me know if you got accepted, if you got rejected, and what you're going to do. Now, if you need more help, just DM me on Instagram, Tommy Bryson. I'm always open for questions, and I answer all my DMs at Tommy Bryson on Instagram. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, like the video, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. And on top of that, if you want to watch more videos, for example, guys, the entire top 3 secure cards and all the details on it, watch this video right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel right now, subscribe to the channel by hitting my face right here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, as always, and peace.